Welcome, folks. This is Sherman Ray, and this is Lovin and Livin in Vegas, the podcast. Welcome, folks, to the show today. Um, we come to you each and every day, folks, with some cool stuff about Vegas. And I got to tell you, once again, I'm just having one of those weeks, folks, where I just not getting it together here. I'm really trying though. I'm really, if that's if that's any indication of the way the show is going to go today, yeah, I'm trying. I really am trying to get it together. Woke up late this morning. I mean, we've all had those days, right, where you wake up late, and well, that was me today. And I woke up early, and then I went back to sleep. And so I'm the last minute stuff that I'm trying to get in, and hopefully we can get everything in this morning. But I hope we can. If this may be your first time joining us, Lovin and Livin in Vegas is a show all really about Vegas. We talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that are going up, stuff that really just talks about Vegas. I mean, and the place we love. We're actually producing a magazine, and the magazine's called Livin in Vegas. I know this is probably the most exciting part about the whole thing. I get to talk about Livin in Vegas magazine. It's called Livin in Vegas magazine. We just started sending out invites to the event, and the reason why we just started, even though the event is the launch party for the magazine, is because we had to finalize the location. So, and I told you I would tell you all about it. So I'm gonna tell you all about it right now. We're going to be having an event to kick off the launch of Livin in Vegas magazine, January 15th. It'll be over at the Foundation Room, high top Mandalay Bay. So we're very excited about that. I want to thank Joshua, who has helped us finalize all that stuff. He's just been a tremendous help. We'll give him plenty of props during the event, because hopefully Josh will be there for the event. So we'll be very excited about that. But we had a name change of the magazine. Instead of it being Lovin' Livin' in Vegas magazine, it's called Livin' in Vegas magazine. That's going to be the cover right there, so I hope you enjoy it. You can actually get a copy of this. So if you want to get a copy of this magazine, excuse me, just getting over this cold, folks. So thank you all for being patient and with us. If you want to get a copy of Livin in Vegas magazine, real easy. All you got to do is send me an email. Send an email to info. Oh, excuse me. Let's move that and there. Okay. Lovin and Livin in Vegas.com. Oh, that's our website. Sorry. You can send it to our email address, which is info at lovinandlivininvegas.com. That's info, lovinandlivininvegas.com. And you can get a copy of this magazine when it comes out. Been working really hard on the magazine, and hopefully, folks, you will really appreciate all the hard work that went into making this magazine come to fruition. It's really just a work of love. I'm going to be moving this camera over just a little bit more because it doesn't seem to be right on. Okay. All right. So, all right. So you move out of the way, magazine. Okay. Move out of the way, and put my name back up here, just in case people don't know who I am. So what do we have on tap today? So on tap today, we're going to talk about the stunning victory last night, VGK. Was that cool? I hope you got to see the game last night. I mean, how many of you actually got to see the game last night? I hope a few of you did, because it was a stunner. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We're going to talk about a cashless Las Vegas. That would be different, wouldn't it? A cashless Las Vegas. We're going to talk about 35 Ted Lasso gifts. Yeah, I know. Many probably heard Ted Lasso. And if we get a little bit of a chance, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. Well, let's do it now. Let's talk about Mount Charleston. Many of you probably know that the weather is just frightful right now. I mean, it's just bad, bad, bad weather. And I'm going to add a picture really quick here because, and here, I'm just going to add it. Okay, I'm just going to add it. You guys can't see this behind the scenes, but I can see what I'm doing right here. You guys can't see it. Um, Mount Charleston. Okay. All right. So hopefully you can see that. So that's Mount Charleston, and it's not exactly the way it looks right now. It's probably but they do have a few inches of rain, of snow up there. So Mount Charleston right now is having some serious snow issues up there right now, which is really cool. And why? It's because we're having quite the deluge now. I mean, we really are. We're having a lot of stuff going on. And that, I mean, it's a great thing that we're actually having some issues with out in Mount Charleston. Let's the in the last I don't know, couple of hours, we've had several inches of snow drop out at Mount Charleston. There was a report out there the first real blast of winter weather hit Spring Mountains overnight. Crews are expecting the snow to attract a lot of visitors. And yeah, I went out this morning. I can't. I will post a picture of it from my phone. I went driving this morning, and I took pictures of the sunrise. But had I looked backwards, I would have seen all the snow on Mount Charleston, and that was the coolest part about what was going on this morning. A lot of the snow. If you've lived here in Vegas for any length of time, one of the things that's really the biggest attraction of Las Vegas is that we can have you can go out to the lake in the morning and go skiing at night. You know what I mean? You can go hiking in the morning and then go skiing at night. That it's just we have so many different climate zones. We have so many different attractions here in the valley that it's an amazing, amazing thing. And so that's the coolest part about being a part of Vegas is that right now Mount Charleston probably it. I think we're still expecting a little bit more snow here in the valley. So you can look forward to even more stuff going on. Last night, the Vegas Golden Knights, folks. If you got to see the game last night, folks, you got to see a classic. Vegas Golden Knights played Dallas, and I got to watch this game. This was a fun game. It was probably more fun to watch the final period of this game than watching the entire thing. Okay, so this is the way it did. So the Dallas Stars have been on a 7-game winning streak. Okay, and it looked like they were going to go to the 8th because when I turned on the game, it was 3-1. No, 2-1. 2-1. No, it's 3-2. 3-2 when I turned on the game. 3-2 in the third period. And I said, I'm going to watch the rest of this VGK game because, the Vegas Golden Knights, VGK, have had it kind of tough the last, at least this year. And we've lost a lot of players. We've lost the Flower. We've lost, this person, that person. And we've just been cannibalized. So this year, starting out, we're right now in 5th place, okay, which is really unusual for Las Vegas. We should be in first place because we're number 1. So, so we're in 5th place, and we're just kind of slogging along, trying to keep pace with everybody else who's just firing up. Dallas, on the other hand, is on a tear. They have won 7 straight games. Look like they're going to do their 8th. Third period, Dallas scores another goal. So now it's like 4-2 or 4-1. I mean, it was just really, I'm thinking, oh man, this sucks. But I got up my TV cart and I watched. One goal after another. Okay, Stone hits one. Pacioretty hits one. Now we're tied and we go into the lead. I can't believe it. And now we're stalling to try to win the game. That's it. We win the game. So the Dallas lost. Their winning streak was ended by the Vegas Golden Knights. It was an exciting game. I'll tell you. I thought it was a great game. There's actually a ghost bike out at. Uh-oh. I know I'm getting a lot of calls here, folks. Early in the morning. So many of you know what this is. This is actually called a ghost bike, and I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of clicking here, folks. I'm going to do that, um, just because it's very. I'm trying to do 10 things all at one time here. If you're a cyclist, you know what happened here. Gosh, when was it? When did that happen? It was like a couple of years ago. Friday, December 10th marks 1 year. Excuse me, 1 year. Excuse me. 1 year since a tragic crash near Searchlight left 5 cyclists dead. Um, and they were struck by an impaired truck driver. In honor of this memory, there's be a ghost bike ride this weekend for everyone, and everyone is invited to this game. To this, um, I wish I could go riding. I really wish I would, and if I felt better, I would. Um, it's going to so we're going to leave a link to this one because really many of you see my bike right over the shoulder. I ride pretty much every day, and with a group or without a group, just love to ride. Last year there was a group of riders that about 15 cyclists who were riding between Boulder City and Searchlight, and a truck swerved and hit and killed 5 of the people that were on this ride. And this was amazing. I mean, we knew some of these folks that were involved in this. And the biking community, the cycling community, is very small. In that we know each other. A lot of us know each other. We have this common thread with just cycling. So when that happened, um, it was an amazing thing. I mean, it was just an amazing thing that we were just mortified that this actually happened. The driver was sentenced to 16 years to 40 years in prison after pleading guilty to charges of DUI resulting in death. So they're going to be having a ride this weekend, a ghost bike ride for in memory of this. And we really need to do this. Really, I can't tell you how many times in the morning, and I ride early in the morning. No, you don't know. Early is like 4:30 in the morning. That's when I ride. I ride 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, just to avoid cars, drivers. And it's not that I don't like drivers. It's just drivers are just not aware. So we hope that this brings some awareness to the cycling community that really people just need to slow down. I mean, just slow down a little bit and, you know, think about it. I mean, just think about, that there's other people on the road and, really need to do something about this. Um, so Shade Tree, many of you have heard of the Shade Tree before. Um, the Shade Tree is an organization that actually raises money, donations for women who've been battered, that kind of stuff. Time's running out to donate to the Shade Trees, their annual holiday shopping event. This event gives children staying at the shelter the opportunity to shop for items to give to their mothers this holiday season. Items needed. So they need items like, body products, jewelry, perfumes, wallets, okay, winter clothing, and gift wrapping supplies. Donations are needed by Friday. So if you're going to, sorry, my phone has been, I've been inviting people to this event here, folks, and people are answering me back. They need the donations by the 10th, okay? So to make an appointment, we'll actually leave the link on our Facebook page. Donations at theshadetree.org. Donations at theshadetree.org. So, but we'll leave the link on our Facebook page, and we hope that you're able to make it there and to check that out. Excuse me. Am I just snorting and snuffling? And it's just tough, folks. I mean, it's very tough to. Oh shoot. Okay, so I'll just have to do this. All right. So Lake Las Vegas is offering. This is actually a pretty cool story. Offering family-friendly or adult cruises or adult-only Santa-themed cruises. I know. Isn't that cute? Adult-themed Santa cruises. This is actually kind of a cool story. Lake Las Vegas announced Wednesday that it will host Santa cruises this holiday season aboard its famed La Contessa yacht. Very nice. Very nice. Have you been on a yacht before? I mean, they're really very nice. Just a big boat. Just a big, big boat. According to the news release, guests can choose between two enchanting cruises that will set sail on a 90-minute voyage with live music, festive drinks. Gotta have that. Part of the festivities, Lake Las Vegas says guests will have photo opportunities with Mr. and Mrs. Claus, of course. You gotta have Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Chance to explore the Christmas lights around the ship and enjoy hot cocoa and other seasonal beverages, of course. Guests will be accompanied by live holiday music, panoramic views, and light throughout their adventure, the release said. So this is when it's going to happen. December 11th, 12th, 18th, 19th. So 11th, 12th, 18th, 19th, and adult-only holiday cruises. Okay, so just for adults, select days from the 10th to the 24th, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So they'll have adult ones too. So if you don't have kids, or that's just not your thing, they'll actually have adult ones. And we will actually put this link on our Facebook page. Let's go back here real quick, folks. We have a magazine that's coming out, and it's called Livin in Vegas magazine. Okay, Livin in Vegas magazine. I know we were really agonizing over changing the name of the magazine, but since it had not come out yet, I thought this is probably the best time to do it, to actually change the name of the magazine as quickly as we could before we actually, I'm going to make that a little smaller, before we actually came up with the official name for it. And the reason why is because once it got out, folks, it was going to be out. That's all there is to it. Once you put something out, people really want to see it. So we wanted to make sure if we were going to make a name change, we're going to do it now. Livin in Vegas magazine. Very excited that this is the premiere edition. Very, very. It's probably one of the coolest things that I've ever been a part of. And it's going to be coming out January 2022. Articles. As a matter of fact, one of my writers just sent me a note yesterday and said, "Hey, Sherm, I got everything done. We'll be sending it all in." And I'm so glad, because the magazine is literally, it keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker all the time. So when she contacted me and said, "Hey, I've got another article," I said, "That is so fantastic. I've got plenty of time to put it in. It'll go out. Will originally or initially, the magazine will come out in digital form, probably by the end of the year, maybe even sooner if we're lucky, if we can get some good sponsors and advertisers, and you can be one of those. It might be sooner than that, so we're very excited about it, but it'll come out in a digital edition first, January of 2022. So to kick that off, though, folks, we're actually having a launch party. So the launch party is going to be over at the Foundation Room. Shh, don't tell anybody. Well, yeah, you can tell anybody. But it's really, we only have room, should I say this? Literally 100 people. That's it. We're going to have room for 100 people. I've already started inviting people. So if you've gotten an invite from me, you got a jump start on it. Okay, you are in right now. Okay, and everybody else, you're going to have to. We're going to be putting the invite out on Facebook. We'll put it out on all the platforms really quickly, pretty quickly, because we want to make sure that we can get the people there. I want to thank the people of Mandalay Bay for opening up their doors to us. Thank you, because they didn't have to do that. They just didn't have to do that, but they did. And so we're very excited about that. I'm going to add a picture here, because I think, if you'd like to get a copy of the magazine, just send me an email. send an email to info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. It's info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. And you can actually get a copy of the magazine. So you'll be very, very excited about that. I'm going to add a picture here once again. I'm sorry, I know this is very unprofessional, but I'm going to do it anyways. Um, I'm going to add a picture of. I've got it right here. So I do have a lot of this stuff already, folks. I was actually working overtime to try to get this, done. I hope I even got a picture of him here. Oh, I don't. Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna do a different picture. We'll do a different story then. Okay, I'm gonna add a picture of this little guy. Okay, so this guy right here. Sorry, he's over my face. Okay, we'll move him over there. Okay, so this guy. This is actually a pretty cool story too. We actually had the youngest. I don't even have the story up. Where'd it go? Okay, I'm going to find the. I'm going to go find this story. Sorry. All right, so we actually had the youngest graduate from UNLV, and I'm trying to find the story here because this kid he worked hard. I'm gonna find his story. So you'll have to wait for just a second for this, folks. Um, this kid worked his butt off to get this thing. So the picture of this guy, this is Jack Rico. Okay, his name is Jack Rico. And so, what is so special about Jack Rico and UNLV? On December 14th, which is in a couple days, UNLV will have its youngest graduate in the history of the school. And that's this kid right here, Jack Rico. Jack was deep in history books studying for finals. You can find him at UNLV's campus writing a 25-page research paper. His peers just look at him as another student, but when you find out about his age, they are surprised. They didn't even know that this kid, Jack Rico, 14 years old. Even every now and then, I'll get these shocking reactions from somebody, but most of the classmates are really accepting of me. They don't treat me as a kid; they treat me as an equal. Really, you're a kid. So, here's the thing about it: Jack failed third grade. When a new learning system was introduced, he went home, told his mom. Her name is Rue Andrade, and she said there's got to be a better way. And so she decided to homeschool her kid. And after 3 years, he is now he was intellectually proficient. Okay, at 11, he was smarter than me. This is what his mom said. And then I had to give him everything. I'd given him everything I had, and he probably needed better teachers. Andrade said. So they found a program at Fullerton College. This is a great story, isn't it? Found a Fullerton college, a program at Fullerton College, California. He took on, and he took an entrance exam, passed with flying colors, rolled the next year or next day. 2 years later, he graduates during the pandemic with 4 associate degrees in his social science, arts, and humanities. Dear Lord. He maintained a 4.0 GPA. Look, folks, Jack, and now he's out at UNLV, which is great. I'm very excited about this kid. He got a full ride scholarship at UNLV. Okay, he's got a degree in history. Jack Rico. Okay, we're going to post a picture of this kid just because I think he's just done such a great job. I mean, my gosh. So there was a tribute to Tony Shea also. Okay, okay, Jack, we gotta go. You gotta go, Jack. All right, go. So downtown, they actually did a tribute to Tony Shea, and we bring this up for one reason. There are few people who have done a lot of things noteworthy that you would say, hey, guess what? They deserve to, have a statue or something like that. Tony Shea is one of those people. Tony Shea, for those of you who don't know who he is, passed away for just really recently, and He was the CEO of Zappos. They moved their headquarters from Henderson to downtown Las Vegas, and a couple of years back, and he proceeded to buy up properties. He transformed the downtown area. We really have some of the stuff that most people take for granted as a result of Tony Shea. The container park is a Tony Shea thing. Literally, Life is Beautiful, the festival that basically just destroys downtown area. Uh, Tony Shea and those people. So Tony Shea's life and legacy is going to be celebrated. I believe it is Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, December the 11th, from 4 p.m. to midnight. So they're going to be held, according to the Downtown Vegas Alliance Instagram page. The special tribute will be held between 7th Street and Carson on Saturday. And so, folks, we'll leave a link to this on our Facebook page. So don't worry, we'll actually put a link on this. Um, there's going to be an art car showcase, food trucks, bars. Everybody's going to be doing the same thing that Tony Shea would have been doing. Okay, Tony was a big partier. I mean, he loved life. I read his book. As a matter of fact, I have it. Yeah, I've got it on my shelf there. I read the book about Tony Shea, and the guy was just a phenomenally smart guy, innovative, intuitive, loved to party. He loved the party. He loved to have a great time. If that was one of the things that he just enjoyed life, and so they're going to have a tribute to him downtown this weekend. And we encourage you, folks. Once again, we'll leave the link to that event, and you can check that out. Before we leave, okay, Chet Buchanan, 23rd year of the toy drive. He is out on actually Sahara, and he's right next to the NV Energy building. I drove by there this morning, and big sign. I think the governor was just down there a couple minutes ago to say hello to him. If you are in the giving spirit, and I know that you are, head down there. It's between Jones and Rainbow on the north side of the road is NV Energy. And Chet Buchanan will be there. There'll be a big sign that'll say the 98.5 Chet Buchanan Show Toy Drive. There'll be a big sign, and there'll be a big scaffolding there. We encourage you to go out there and give a toy. I've heard of people that maybe their child passed away, they can't give toys to their kids, or their family is gone, that kind of thing. You can take a toy down there. They're running a little bit behind because of the storm, so we encourage you. Go out there and give to the toy drive over and make a difference in somebody's life. Okay, you can do that. Tomorrow, I think we're gonna have a special guest tomorrow who's going to be on the show. One of our real estate friends. We'll introduce you to them tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about real estate. But we encourage you, folks, get out there today and try to be careful of the storm because it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And but we'll see you again here tomorrow for Lovin and Livin in Vegas, the podcast. I'm your host, Sherman Ray, once again. And we will see you again tomorrow. All right? See you later, folks.